There's this really famous quote that I came across when I was younger, and it said, "To know God is to live in a perpetual state of loss." And for some reason, that really touched me. Something about it that I found so beautiful. Have you ever had one of those moments where your future's taken away, what you thought was going to be isn't, and so therefore you can't imagine the future? And there's a moment of terror that takes over, where the mind wants to know what the future is, wants to know where it's going. And then that terror collapses, and suddenly your mind doesn't have the possibility to imagine what's coming. And then what you're left with is what's actually happening. The immediacy of what is. And everything becomes alive again. Like when you were a child and you'd play and play for hours, and it wasn't about future, it wasn't about destination, it wasn't about how much money you'll make from playing, or what house you can buy, or how long you can keep the playing. The playing was just about playing, just about being. And you were absolutely in love with it. You didn't want any second to end. Just following your flow. So say with your lover, if your lover has to go away unexpectedly, has to work in a different city, or you have to separate for a long period of time, and in those last moments before they leave, everything becomes so intense. The touch of their skin, the warmth of their body, their voice, what they say, the way they look, the smells, everything becomes so immediate, and you forget about future and where you're going and what you're going to do, and you just become totally present to them, totally present with them. It's the same with your life. If suddenly you knew this was the last day of your life, what would you do? You wouldn't have the time to run around the world, to travel, to go places you've never been before. You'd only have what was. And at first maybe your mind will try to avoid it, try and get out of it, but when it actually accepts that this is your last moments, then there's the possibility for it actually to appreciate what's happening, rather than to live in past or future. The feeling of your bum on the seat, the taste of your drink, the sunlight, the sounds. I always thought love, which was all I ever seeked, all I ever wanted, was a future destination, but now I know that love is my essence. Love is the nature of life. Love is. So to go back to the beginning quote, to know God is to live in a perpetual state of loss. It occurred to me years later that loss and giving were the same thing. To not hold on to anything was to give. So you could equally say, to know God is to live in a perpetual state of giving.